South Africa is a land filled with warm and inviting people. Energized cities with dance and music. A story of triumphant human rights to inspire the world. Incredible wildlife encounters. Sweeping vineyards and world-class wines. And spectacular Virtuoso properties. Cape Town represents the quintessential South African experience. Cape Town has everything you could imagine. Chic restaurants, lush city parks, historic landmarks and museums, access to beautiful beaches, waterfront venues, and the commanding Table Mountain, providing magnificent views of the Atlantic Ocean and entire city. Cape Town is surrounded by lush valleys, producing award-winning wines, and striking coastlines with sheer cliffs, broad sandy beaches, palm trees, and penguins. The Victoria and Alfred waterfront, also known as the V&A, is the most iconic spot in the city, where you will find almost anything you could imagine. Vibrant street performers, music venues, and the Cape Wheel. High-end shopping malls, and water taxis, excursion, and tour boats departing non-stop. There are plenty of dining options, from food stalls within the market on the wharf, to dockside dining at the popular Den and Cur restaurant, with excellent views of the Virtuoso preferred Cape Grace Hotel, Lion's Head, and Table Mountain. The Cape Grace is a classic hotel opening in 1996. It is known for its rich maritime decor, eclectic antique collection on display around every corner, and its world-class whiskey bar. If you indulge too much in all this hotel has to offer, you might actually think you've set sail into the harbor, especially when visiting the outdoor pool. Designed as a classic ship deck from a bygone era. The rooms are spacious with harbor and Table Mountain facing views. Multiple categories to choose from, including 2- and 3-bedroom suites in the penthouse. Downtown Cape Town is filled with charming colonial buildings, from City Hall to the tree-lined Government Avenue and Parliament buildings. The Slave Lodge provides a history of human slavery and the struggle for human rights in South Africa, plus other rotating exhibits and artifacts from around the continent and the world. The Castle of Good Hope was built by the Dutch East India Company and was completed in 1679. The castle is the oldest existing colonial building in South Africa, with multiple exhibits to explore. St. George's Mall is closed to car traffic. This beautiful tree-lined avenue stretches for several blocks and features all kinds of locals displaying arts, crafts, and jewelry. At the end of the mall, we come to the Virtuoso preferred property Taj Cape Town. This is a centrally located hotel, built with 2 historic buildings with a modern tower rising from both. The stately marble column-lined lobby was at one time a bank. As with all Taj hotels, the rooms are modern yet warm and reflecting of local culture and tradition. The penthouse, otherwise known as the Tata Suite, features this spacious marble bathroom, commanding views of Table Mountain, and an expansive deck perfect for entertaining. The hotel has several restaurants. The Bombay Brasserie requires reservations weeks in advance and features contemporary Indian fusion food. Twinkie Bar next door is a hip and iconic spot to be seen, perfect for an after-dinner cocktail. Mint, the Taj's Grill, specializes in innovative international and local food and is the perfect place to enjoy an a la carte breakfast or breakfast buffet. After a hearty breakfast, there's no better way to burn it off than by an early morning trek and cable car ride up Table Mountain. The cable car's floor rotates a complete 360 degrees as you make the ascent up the 3,500-foot mountain. Once you've reached the top, multiple viewing platforms exist, with several small rim-side trails. Hikers can skip the cable car and walk down or up the mountain by foot. And avid rock climbers can make the exciting ascent or rappel down the mountain.
Table Mountain has been great. We got up here early. We have kind of the mountaintop to ourselves a little bit. Beautiful views all around, 360 degrees. You could spend hours up here walking along the trail, so it's very nice.
Visitors may also wish to climb the iconic Lion's Head or visit Signal Hill at its base, popular for watching paragliders launch from its cliffside. there are numerous activities to enjoy while in Cape Town. The Bo-Kaap neighborhood is the old Malay quarter of Cape Town, distinguished by its brightly colored homes and mosques, originally settled by slaves transported from Malaysia and Indonesia. Clifton and Camps Bay Beach are just a few minutes taxi ride from downtown and offer a lazy tropical feel perfect for the most devoted sun worshippers. After a long lazy day at the beach, why not experience one of Cape Town's most hip restaurants at the very top of an abandoned silo over what is now a historic repurposed biscuit mill. The Potluck Club features the best of South African tapas, focusing on unique cocktails, fine wines, and Chef Luke Dale Roberts' brilliant and innovative menu. Master chefs work openly in the dining room, while guests enjoy views of the sunset over Lion's Head and Table Mountain. Cape Town offers endless scenic beauty, both in town and on the surrounding Cape Peninsula. Although not the true terminus of the African continent, the rugged landscape, breathtaking cliffs, and commanding views gives the visitor a sense of being at Land's End. At the base of Table Mountain lies KIRSTENBOSCH Gardens, the first botanical garden in the world to be declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The 36-hectare gardens are a part of a 528-hectare nature preserve, supporting natural forests and a variety of animals and birds. Tours by golf cart are available. Small narrow roads give access to intimate paths leading to hidden glens and wide open fields bordered by an infinite number of African plants, flowers, and trees. A high point for visitors is the suspended canopy walk. Another natural wonder nearby Cape Town is the penguin colony at Boulders Beach, Simonstown. 2 breeding pairs of African penguins appeared in 1982, and since then the colony has grown to over 3,000 birds, easily viewable right on the local beach or from a boardwalk constructed at the neighboring Foxy Beach, where the birds are afforded more protection.
The penguins have been amazing. I didn't expect so many of them, and they're just adorable.
Back at the Victoria and Alfred waterfront, the Virtuoso preferred One and Only Hotel offers the perfect accommodation after a long day of exploration. This contemporary hotel is home to Ruben's Restaurant, serving fine African wines and gourmet food. Guests will also enjoy the on-site world-renowned sushi restaurant Naboo. 4 categories of contemporary rooms are spacious with warm, flowing earth tones. Some are found on a lush island in the middle of the resort's spectacular infinity edge pool, as seen from the expansive lounge with 2-story windows looking out onto Table Mountain. South Africa is renowned the world over for award-winning wines. There are several close wine-producing regions to Cape Town that provide either an exciting day trip or the opportunity to stay at a Virtuoso preferred property in the heart of South Africa's vineyards. Creation Wines is found in the Hermanus winemaking region. Rolling green hills, vineyards, and the dramatic Hemelenard Ridge make this a fairy tale setting for enjoying wine. The wine tasting room and production facilities are surrounded by vineyards, beautiful gardens, and thought-provoking art. The Cape Sugarbird is seen drinking nectar in the garden. Reservations are recommended for the wine tasting room. A number of wine pairing experiences are available, from tapas and chocolate pairing, brunch, and non-alcoholic for adults and kids pairing. You'll enjoy exploring the many other wine producers and sweeping views of this lush valley. Just a short 25-minute drive to the coast, we find the perfect overnight stay for visiting Hermanus, the Virtuoso preferred Birkenhead House. With its exhilarating cliff-top position overlooking the whale-watching paradise of Walker Bay, it's the perfect beach escape. The hotel's contemporary decor is an artful mix of beach house and quirky opulence. While Birkenhead House is a 5-star hotel with all the services and amenities that you would expect, the hotel is characterized by a laid-back and easygoing atmosphere. FRANSCHHOEK is another very popular wine-producing region, with 54 wine farms and 48 restaurants. Made famous by the FRANSCHHOEK Wine Tram Hop-On, Hop-Off tour, one of the best ways to discover the true essence of the FRANSCHHOEK Valley. The center of town is filled with historic buildings, shops, and galleries. Visitors will find unique local artists warmly greeting them at every opportunity. The Virtuoso property La Residence is surrounded by vineyards and plum orchards, with a spectacular mountain backdrop and breathtaking views of the undulating countryside. The Great Hall is decorated with exquisite beauty, opulence, and grandeur in this luxury FRANSCHHOEK hotel. Glittering Indian chandeliers hang from the vaulted ceiling. Original artwork and huge mirrors grace the walls, while the furnishings of Liz Biden are plush, colorful, and stylish. The 11 suites of the hotel are ideal for couples, while the 5 vineyard suites offer privacy and space for families and groups of friends. An integral part of the experience is the elaborate and unique interior of each suite. Every suite has its own color scheme and set of design influences. The cuisine is exceptional under the supervision of executive chef Leonard Murray. All the food is sourced locally or from the property, bringing fresh and colorful produce to the table for a true gourmet experience. The LEEU collection in FRANSCHHOEK provides wine tasting of the LEEU label at their production and wine tasting facility. Surrounded by vineyards, herb gardens, and eclectic art, the LEEU Manor House provides accommodations adjacent to the vineyards and the opportunity to experience executive chef Oliver Cattermole's uncomplicated but elegant cooking with breathtaking views of the valley as the sun sets. Johannesburg is an expansive city and was at the center of the struggle for overcoming apartheid for decades. Here's where the story of Nelson Mandela, South Africa's Nobel Peace Prize winning president, who endured 27 years of detainment, unfolds. Convicted and imprisoned for belonging to the South African National Congress, or ANC, and plotting to overthrow the government of South Africa for its harsh apartheid laws. LELIESLEAF Farm, now a museum, is a place where this story unfolds. The farm and surrounding buildings currently house a visitor's center, and numerous multimedia displays and interfaces unraveling the story and history of this site. Formerly used as a secret hideout by the ANC starting in 1961 and was raided by the police in 1963. Documents found here eventually incriminated all those who used the meeting house and brought a more severe sentence to the already incarcerated Mandela. Continuing the path of Nelson Mandela's life, visitors may also visit his home in the Soweto township, where Mandela lived from 1946 to 1962. Nearby is the powerful monument to Hector Peterson and the accompanying museum, documenting his death and shooting of African students during a protest against the use of the Dutch-based language Afrikaans instead of English in their education. After an immersive history lesson on South Africa's struggle with apartheid, there's no better place to see all South Africans and visitors alike coming together in the Mabenang precinct, the burgeoning cultural hub of Johannesburg. Enjoy al fresco restaurants and cafes, street vendors with a variety of arts and crafts, an array of street performers around every corner, and even an impromptu parade or two. Arts on Main is a multidisciplined arts center and is housed in an old liquor factory consisting of 5 buildings. A great place to find residents enjoying the weekend. Locals gather and people watch in the spacious courtyard. Inside are numerous galleries by local artists. Food stalls are at every turn featuring the best in comfort food. From large hamburgers with the works, bunny chow, a famous Indian dish served all over South Africa, and rich paella. There's a bar where tango is popular, and sit-down restaurants all inside Arts on Main, a great place to visit, especially on the weekend. The Virtuoso preferred SAXON Hotel, Villas and Spa is one of the most exclusive stays in all of Johannesburg. The lobby is spacious and welcoming. Rooms are available in the main hotel. The villas are reached by walking over a suspended boardwalk. Each villa comes with a private pool, personal lobby and dining room. The rooms are spacious and contemporary with a deck. Luxurious bathrooms provide for spacious soaking tubs. And the culinary experience at SAXON is second to none. Certainly one of your finest meals in all of South Africa will be served in their main dining room, under the creative direction of executive chef Werner Snoek. There are an endless number of excursions from Johannesburg. Popular is the LESEDI, a small cultural center you can actually stay overnight in, or make a day trip of. The cultural center have guests visit several African tribes, all on location. The Zulu, Xhosa, Pedi, Basudu, and Ndebele tribes all live in this cultural center in their respective on-site dwellings. During the day, they each explain their unique heritage, custom, and way of living. Later, guests and tribe members all come together to perform exciting traditional dances with some contemporary overtones. Finally, the day ends with a feast at the on-site restaurant featuring local cuisine. A LESEDI is a great way to spend the morning with lunch included. A short drive away are ancient caves, termed the Cradle of Humankind. Guests don hard hats and go deep into limestone caves with an expert guide. From below inside the caves, one can peer over 100 feet up or more and see cracks leading to the open sky and forest above. The 2.3 million-year-old fossils of Australopithecus africanus were found here in 1947. The hike in and out of the cave is not for the weak of heart and requires a level of stamina and physical fitness. Above ground is an easily accessible visitor center with museum, detailing the find and explaining the geology behind the cave's creation and the circumstances by which the fossils were found. If you've worked up an appetite from exploring the cradle of humanity, there could be no better experience than to be doted upon at the Cookery by Secret Jozi Chef. The Secret Jozi Chef is actually famed local chef Paul MACIEL, who has recently sold his famous Joburg restaurant Ponto to pursue his dream of running an event space based on cooking classes and catering to small gourmet dinner parties accommodating 16 to 20 guests. Traveling to the South African continent instantly stirs visions of safari. While in South Africa, Kruger National Park provides the perfect opportunity to experience coming face to face with what has been coined the Big Five: elephant, rhinoceros, Cape buffalo, lion, and leopards. No one can predict or guarantee a sighting of all five on any given trip. Mother Nature provides for rhythms and movements with these animals throughout Africa that are constantly changing. Kruger National Park, however, does provide the opportunity to view the Big Five in one visit, with many more species of animals, birds, and reptiles. The experience will vary and change for each guest, keeping in mind Kruger National Park is a massive 7,500 square miles. We will be exploring the guest experiences surrounding the Lion Sands Lodges found in the Sabi Sands Game Reserve of Kruger National Park, South Africa, and the SINGITA LEBOMBO Lodge, also found in Kruger National Park, South Africa, near the border of Mozambique. SINGITA LEBOMBO Lodge is contemporary with cutting-edge design in an African style where everything defers to nature. The dramatic lodge comprises of 13 suites and a private villa that gives guests a front row seat to the park. The surrounding area is richly diverse, teeming with wildlife. While in Kruger National Park, at either SINGITA or Lion Sands Lodges, your experiences will be managed by professional guides and trekkers with extensive experience and certification.
My name is Ishmael Nyati. I work for Lion Sands, and this morning on the safari, we had a great morning. We saw leopard, rhino, elephant, lots of impala and zebras.
Wildlife encounters are seldom predictable. Safaris are often conducted at dawn to minimize exposure to the sun and take advantage of the golden hour for the perfect photographs. Likewise, safari is often then taken again in the afternoon past the midday heat.
Today we saw lions and we had them all to ourselves for about 20 minutes. There were 3 males there and we just sat and quietly watched and took pictures and just enjoyed the moment. It was beautiful.
SKUKUZA Airport welcomes small jets with newly arrived guests, eager to visit the lodges found within the Lion Sands Reserve. When arriving at the Lion Sands Tinga Lodge, one of 4 Lion Sands lodges in the Sabi Sands Game Reserve of Kruger National Park, you will be instantly enveloped in the warmth of the staff and the intimacy of the lodge, perched on a riverbank with a sweeping deck, pool, and surrounding villas. Each villa is spacious, with beds facing massive windows, a plush sitting area, desk, and fully stocked minibar. The long wooden deck has a plunge pool. The bathrooms have a massive shower with 2 heads, and a beautiful soaking tub, both with large bay windows and complete privacy. Gourmet meals are served out on the deck under a centuries-old oak. You may also experience a traditional barbecue or braai with springbok, ostrich, and crocodile, just to name a few of the dishes. There are 3 other Lion Sands lodges within proximity. The Ivory Lodge is the most contemporary and chic of the 4 lodges, with the most modern design, consisting of 8 single villas. The Narina Lodge has a massive open lobby and offers a large sweeping deck. An elevated boardwalk brings guests to one of 9 villas. Spacious rooms with sliding windows and a large deck allows for wildlife viewing on the river. Animals are free to approach any section of the villas and boardwalk, including elephants. The River Lodge is the most expansive, with 2 public pools and 20 rooms, perfect for large groups traveling together. Guests from any one of these lodges may request to stay overnight in a treehouse, completely open to the stars and alone in the bush. And all of the lodges provide exceptional and unique spa services. South Africa will satisfy the most experienced and seasoned world traveler. The energy and welcoming spirit of this nation is contagious and something that will change the visitor. South Africa provides for lazy beaches, rich vineyards, and fun wine tasting experiences. The story of a dramatic human rights struggle and a victory for all its citizens. Exciting and fun city centers. And the opportunity to encounter Africa's most wild animals in their natural habitat. All this with outstanding Virtuoso properties throughout the country, from right on the beach to deep inside the bush.
Welcome to South African Airways.
South African Airways provides direct flights from North America, departing JFK, or Washington Dulles International Airports. Business class features lie-down flatbeds, premium African wines, and gourmet selections from the menu, and the friendliest staff in the world.